Hey everyone, this is Lee and I'm here with Chris, aka The Soup. Today we're going to talk about Kung Fu versus boxing. And the purpose of this video is not to say that Kung Fu can beat boxing or boxing is better than Kung Fu or Kung Fu is better than boxing. It's to say, how do we identify if someone is a boxer and use a technique that we would use in traditional martial arts such as Kung Fu against someone who's a boxer, because you're more likely to run into a boxer than you are someone who does Lama Pai Kung Fu or something like that. So we need to know how to defend against that. First, we want to know what a boxer looks like. So if someone's just standing like this and they sucker punch you, you don't know if they're a boxer, kickboxer, jiu-jitsu wrestler, kung fu guy, whatever, street fighter. But there are some clues. If you see a guy get into a stance and he kind of keeps this front arm down and this hand up, this is called a shell, and that's typical of a boxer. Same thing if he starts doing something like this and coming at you, he's going to try, or she is going to try to use boxing, most likely. Now, they could be psyching you out, but we're going to assume that if they get into some sort of stance, they at least have some experience in boxing. And the boxers like a move called a jab, which is off that front hand. So that's what we're going to work on today, countering that jab. Okay, I should let you know that this is not a technique you would use in a kickboxing match or a boxing match against a boxer. This is for a street fight because this is going to cause damage, potentially really bad damage to the arm. So you wouldn't want to do this in a friendly sparring match or at another school. It wouldn't be a good thing to do, or even in competition. It's not a good thing to do. This is just for self-defense if you see someone assume more of a boxing stance. So if Chris assumes a boxing stance against me, I'm going to assume that he's going to throw that jab. When he throws that jab, I kind of want to bait him. I want to have my hands wider than my head, not in like this. If I protect my head, might discourage him from going after my head. I want him to go after my head. So I'm going to put my hands a little wider, so maybe the hook isn't there as much, and I'm kind of baiting him with my face, okay? So there is a chance that he's super quick and that he punches me in the face. There is a chance of that, but we're going to try, because we're trying to bait him. We're going to try to trap him before he hits us. So I'm going to have my hands wide. He's going to throw that jab, and I'm going to step with this right foot. I'm going to step to the outside. This brings my head to the outside of that punch, avoiding danger. At the same time, with my hands up, I'm going to take this left foot and swing it back. And if you see, I'm attacking the joint, trying to overextend the arm and break it. So if he does it, right, bam, this is what I'm trying to do. So let's turn this way so they can see that angle. So he goes for that jab. I'm stepping off to that angle, swinging this foot, and here, right? My arms are going against each other like this. It's a fast move. I'm not going to do it fast here. I don't want to hurt Chris here. And this is going to be hard to practice in live action, because if you get it, it's going to hurt your opponent. You're going to catch him overextended, overextend his arm, possibly breaking it or potentially hurting all those ligaments in there. Either way, probably won't be able to strain his arm for a couple days. So if I want to try to practice the timing of this, I can take this hand out of the equation. I can put this hand up like this. When he punches, bam, I'm trying to catch him like that and just hit with this arm, right? Again, I would go light on that. I don't want to attack that elbow too hard, because if he's overextended, it could still possibly cause some damage. So that's our Kung Fu versus boxing. Again, I'm not saying that this works 100% of the time. You got to practice it. And you got to practice it slow, so it's hard to do live action. And I'm also not saying that this always works, that this is always going to defeat the boxer. It's just one way you can use a traditional technique versus something like a boxer. Okay? I'm Lee with Mantis Mechanics. Thanks, Chris, for sitting in, and we'll see you next time.